If you're in a transformation period, you know this feeling all too well. It's that sacred in between your old self and your new self. You have to walk that middle ground and birth the new reality, the new version of you. Hi, my name is Katie Ellis, and today I have crazy hair. I was gonna put it up in a half up, half down with a scrunchie. It was given too much 80s, and I just needed to record right now. If I didn't, I just wasn't gonna do it, and I would have been very disappointed in myself. So here we are. This is my channel, Femilescence. Femilescence means a woman in her benevolent knowing. It really is about being a woman who is radiant, soulful. She's pure in her truth, and she really has a strong knowing of who she is. She's embodied, she's confident, and she's forever evolving, and she's forever seeking to evolve and learn more about herself and the world and how to align with her soul and just create and live a beautiful life. I could go on and on and on. In this channel, I'm going to be talking about all topics that lead to being a woman in her benevolent knowing. Anyways, long-winded way of me saying welcome in. Today we're going to be talking about how to get to your ideal self and really how to make that process easier. What's the main problem when we're working towards our vision board, reaching our goals, and just fulfilling ourselves in these ways that we truly desire? Trying to fit into our ideal self, this version of ourselves, her, like it's a mold. It does not give us room to become. You try to fit into her like a mold instead of just letting go and evolving into her. The thing is that she unfolds when you stop gripping so tightly. You may have your vision board and know the goals that you want to reach. You're trying to figure out how to get to this ideal version. You may even know exactly how to, and you're day by day going about your routines and taking the actions necessary to be her, to align into that new reality. But it's not always easy. You're human, and the lived experience of being human doesn't always look like that vision board that you have displayed with all the cute frilly pictures. I'm not saying that you can't achieve it, just saying it can sometimes feel disheartening when it's not looking like that. Your current reality isn't presenting that, but yet you're still trying to make it happen. Let's get into how we can try to make that process a bit smoother and at least understand how we can handle it a little bit better, because that's really what it's all about, is learning to manage life with more grace. How you respond to life matters so much. Your attitude to life really changes everything, and that's the real work. Carl Jung's teachings on individuation, and I believe it's Carl Rogers' theory of self-actualization and the diagram that comes along with that really pops up into my head and inspires me when speaking to this. Here's the old self, here's the new self, and they're merging together. This is how you self-actualize. This is how you align and connect to your ideal self and live out that vision board dream life that you have. You're in a process of individuation. You're becoming whole, more of you. You're combining two opposites and creating new. Of course, there's going to be resistance in that. There's friction due to two realities merging. Of course, if your old self, you're identifying with your old self, and subconsciously you're thinking your new self is like way far off. Even if you're like, oh yes, I want that. I desire to be her. I like her. It's possible for me to get to her. I have this potential. But if you don't truly believe that, then you can't align, you can't merge. Your ideal self that you have is envisioned, it's thought of, it's ideas, it's in that world, but you haven't lived it yet. And it's important to remember that this new embodiment is idealized. You may have pictures, goals, and tangible things that you can do to show up as this version, but being that you have put so much thought and ideas into her, it can be easy to fall into perfectionism and not accept what it actually feels like to be her. It may be different than you've imagined. This happens to me so often, where I'm being so hard and fixated on it being exactly like that like every single moment. I kind of have a hypervigilant awareness and a critic that is watching my every move, like, oh nope, that's not looking like how it did in that picture, or that's not how your ideal self would be. Oh, you need to do exactly this. You need to follow this routine down to the T in order to be her. That type of perfectionist attitude can really block you from the necessary processes that come up in order to get to that ideal version that you have of yourself. When you look at your vision board and you're like, that's the life that you want to be living, that's the version of you that you want to become. The process to get there is not always going to feel exactly like those pictures that you're seeing. Like, you're seeing these pictures and you're thinking, oh yes, like this is for me, like I love it, yes. But it's gonna feel different than what you may think it's gonna feel like. Sometimes, I mean, it may be exactly how you envision, and that's wonderful. But if it doesn't feel exactly the same, that's okay. You have to open up to the new feelings that it brings on, instead of saying that it has to be this way, it has to evoke these exact feelings. Just to give a practical example, part of me being my ideal version, living the life that's in my vision board, is waking up in the morning and having a really peaceful morning, feeling just totally like a magical fairy walking out in nature and just all of that. But it feels different when you're actually living it. There may be a lot of cars driving by. My cats may be going crazy. I may have to clean up some messes from them. I may be feeling kind of moody that day, and I may not be able to connect so beautifully. There's a lot of factors at play, and that doesn't mean that I'm not aligning with my ideal version. It's simply that it feels different and new, and the lived experience of it is going to be different than you exactly envisioned. So let go. One way that you can do that is relaxing your nervous system. Relaxing your nervous system is going to help you open and soften to these new feelings and experiences. Healing and working on your limiting beliefs and your traumas through relaxing your nervous system is going to benefit you so much to naturally, just naturally, effortlessly align with who you want to become. And when I say naturally and effortlessly, I don't mean without challenge or obstacle. I just mean that you'll learn how to flow with the challenge and obstacle. You'll have a sharp mind, and you'll be connected to your intuition to be like, hey, this is what I need to do to get there. I need to jump over this hurdle. I need to go through this initiation door. I need to move through this to get here. And getting into your body is going to help you get out of your head. Getting into your body and relaxing into it is going to really help you connect into your intuition and know what your yes and no feels like. You're going to be able to get comfortable with the uncomfortable feelings. So that way, when you are going through the process to become this ideal version of yourself, you're not feeling so icky about it. You're not, shaking your head no and being like, oh no, it doesn't feel perfect, so I can't. No, I need to regroup. I'll put it off until tomorrow until it can feel perfect, or, whatever excuses you give yourself. To pressure yourself and try to make it exactly down to the detail how you think it should be takes away the true gestation and the integration that's needed. It's not about jumping from the old self to the new self, or trashing the old self and just being the new self. Both are complementary. Your old self is forever with you. She is forever with you. You can grow through mistakes or limiting beliefs, but there's benefits of this version of you now. She's worthy, and she wants to be part of the process. She doesn't want to just be tossed to the side and just be like, ugh, get away from me. I want to become this new version of me. She wants to be involved and be told that I want you to come with me. You are part of this new version of me. There's some things, of course, you need to write it down, get a paper, burn it, and goodbye. There's some habits and patterns that do need to be trashed, but there's pieces of you in that can be beneficial. Your new self isn't looking at your old self like, ew, I'm better than her. No, she has a higher perspective of wholeness, and she sees the bigger picture that Y'all are one and the same. Be friends with the old version. Learning how to gestate and walk in that in-between phase, that feeling of the unknown, that feeling of uncomfortability where you're not who you used to be and you're not who you want to be either. You are opening up to the becoming. Naturally, that will happen when you start to relax your nervous system and getting in touch with the feminine principles of allowing, receiving, learning to slow down and not try to rush your life to get to that point. I've been really trying to be productive and ground in a routine. I'm trying to plan it down to the T, and I've been overthinking everything, and that pressure, it caused so much stress. I wasn't able to just lean back and flow with my life and go towards the things that my soul was calling me to do to achieve what's on my vision board and align with my ideal self. And I opened up with that awareness yesterday, and anger is what really cracked me open. That emotion really helped me realize that this process of merging requires me to feel the friction and the resistance that even comes up, but to handle it differently, to not try to manage it and control everything, to let go and ease up. So this in-between period can show you a lot about yourself, and I wouldn't time it either. I wouldn't say that it has to be done within this specific time period, because things that you may be experiencing right now, goals that you may be working to achieve, you may have hiccups or things that you need to backtrack on and redirect your focus on to fulfill those goals, and you may not understand it in the moment. For example, you may have on your vision board a woman playing an instrument, and that's something that your ideal self does, but you may have to work on patience to even get to that point. And so there may be things coming up that are challenging your patience, for example. It may feel cringe, it may feel just totally not right. That's part of the process. That new feeling is the creative process to actualize your potential and express all that you are. So you're getting there. Just let yourself come to life. If you notice limiting beliefs come up, or it's not, things that you're doing isn't really feeling exactly how you want it to, or you're struggling to achieve your goals, or you're feeling like you're not capable of it, treat yourself like a loving parent would. Ask yourself, how can I support myself now? Keep your eye on what you like, stay focused on what you want, and stay true to following the actions to help you feel aligned with all of that. Randomly, you'll just feel like, I want to read that book, or I need to go do this. And it just happens. It's up to you to become this ideal version, and there may be times where you feel hopeless, where you're just like, ugh, it's just not gonna happen. But honestly, you just need to open up and give yourself space to grow without judgment or critiquing, or this hyper awareness that is like a tyrant watching every move that you make, and it's like, no, that's not right. You just need to and take things as they come. Do little by little. Work with the obstacles that come. See what they're trying to teach you. Help yourself feel safe in who you are now while you're becoming this new version, like the Fool in the tarot deck, where you're taking the leap off of the mountain. And it's not about knowing that you're going to be caught. It's about embracing being airborne. It's about, I guess, learning how to fly with the currents of the wind, free falling. But yeah, it's about the journey. The point isn't trying to get to your ideal self and create this reality that just feels so dreamy. The you who gets you there is who you're really craving to be. That process of embodiment is what makes it really rich. That's what makes you feel really robust and full and able to handle anything. And that's what makes getting what you desire so delicious. The more that you learn to accept and sit with what is, they're just gonna become. And this may just sound like a lot of chit chatter and not really productive, but maybe that's exactly what you need. It doesn't always have to logically make sense. If you're ready to put this into practice, embracing those feminine principles, learning to open up as you go along this journey to embody your ideal self, I welcome you to join my breathwork sessions. Right now I'm offering sessions held via Zoom, so you can do it in the comfort of your own home, and we go through a holotropic style of breath with soul evoking music. So it's really a journey that engages all of your senses, and for me it really connects me with my soul, and it's so healing for me. Once we breathe for that period of time, we land in Shavasana and open up a sharing circle to share our experience or anything that came up for us, anything that we learned, insight, wisdom, if you're comfortable to do so. I would love to see you there. I'm going to leave the link and everything, of course, in the description. I truly hope that you got something out of this. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.